Here we go. Hi, and welcome to Leslie Ray's Crafty Gig. I'm Leslie Ray, and today we are discussing alcohol inks. I hope you enjoy what we're going to make. We're going to make some Christmas cards. I've been celebrating Christmas in July, and I will tell you a little bit about a challenge that I have coming up. But for now, let's get cracking. In our kit, we got some elements, and as you noticed, everything in the kit is non-porous, like we were talking about. So what that means is that it doesn't absorb like a regular piece of paper would. For instance, okay, this is porous, so if I put some ink on it, see how it bleeds and it moves, and see how it's spreading? Porous, okay? If I put some ink on something that is non-porous, I was hoping to find a little piece of something that is non-porous. There's a little piece of something that is non-porous. It's the piece I cut, so we won't use it. Let's use this edge here. Okay, if I use this, no, here's another little piece of something that's non-porous. It's a big piece of something that's non-porous. Y'all would laugh if you saw the little pieces of paper I have beside here to play with. Okay, here we go. This is non-porous. Now, it runs, but it doesn't stay in. It'll run down the paper before it'll soak into the paper, okay? So it's non-porous. Because also, see this soaked in, which can be attested by it went all the way through, okay, and onto the back of the other one. This is the back of this paper. You see the shadow of where the ink is, but there's no ink there. I mean, it's finally dried. That's another part of alcohol inks, is they dry lickety-split. We're going to make a couple of things that that we want to set them aside to let them dry a little more before we touch them, but they dry lickety-split. This is the other cool thing about alcohol inks. And I'm holding this up with my paper towel, because if I go like this, let me find it. Put it right here. Okay. See how it's running again? Now, on paper, it doesn't come completely off, but you can run it and do stuff with it. But if I decided one day that I wanted my handy-dandy tool here to be pink. I like pink. I think pink would be cool all over my heat gun. So I did this at a class one day and everybody went, ah! So don't do that. But okay, pink. Gonna make it pink because I like pink, right? Sigrid, you could totally do this to the tools in your salon. This would be so awesome. Okay. I want it pink, so I have a pink one, right? Well, maybe I decide pink is not my signature color after all. That, you know, maybe I shouldn't have, you know, blush and bashful as the colors in my wedding. So now you can see it's already coming off, and if I keep finding the spot that's not pink, it will take the rest of it off. And so if you have cute little white hair dryer heat guns, you could personalize them, and all kinds of stuff. Right now this is going to stay a little bit of shade of pink because I'm wiping it with pink. If I took the time to keep doing it, it would go all the way back. But you can see there's a little haze of pink on there, and that's okay. But, you know, just use the alcohol blending solution, and it will come right off. No, Pam, it doesn't come right off in your hands if they're wet. Now, if you're going to use something, well, something like this, it won't. If you were going to use something that had a latch and you wanted to color a latch real good, you're going to want to put a water-based sealant on it. Because if you put something that has, you know, a polyurethane or something like that in it, it's not going to work. It's going to mix with the chemicals and the alcohol ink. But if you used a water-based sealer, or if you use something like lacquer, like this is a Sakura 3D lacquer from Sakura Hobbycraft. If you use that, you could, that's a water-based sealer. You could use Liquitex matte gel medium to seal it. You could use Mod Podge to seal it. Those kinds of things you could seal and it won't rub off on you. Okay? Yes, I know, Secret. Yours will be yellow with some little, you know, zebra stripes, of course, right? So that's one thing you can play with, are the, you know, anything that will allow you to color with your alcohol ink, you can color. But I want to color for you some of the embellishments that we're going to use. And like I told you, it will color things that you couldn't normally have colored with a dye ink. Like if you wanted to go and color regular white yarn, you know, just acrylic yarn, that wouldn't color so nicely as it did here with using the plum. I'm going to color some blue because I want to do some snowflakes in blue, but it colors the plum real nicely. And I'm going to show you how to color some brads. So if you want pink brads or blue brads. And what's cool about these is, you know, those anodized metal cups, those are awesome. And that's the color they give you if you put them on like silver brads. So we're going to color some brads. We're going to color some glass beads. My thought after playing with this is, why the heck would you buy a colored bead anymore when you could take a nice clear one and color it whatever color you want? So we're going to color some beads. I'm going to show you how simple it is to color staples. These are the staples I had to have black. You can look underneath. They weren't black to start with. And I needed black staples for something. So I'm going to show you how to color staples. It's so easy. Easy, easy peasy. And then I thought, for fun, clear glass marbles, we should color those too, because this would look awesome on our Christmas card with the snowflakes if they were blue or silver. So we're going to color some little beads because, yeah, that's how I roll. Got to color beads. So what I'm working with, guys, to do these things, the simplest thing is to either use a Ziploc bag, and for whatever reason, we're out of Ziploc bags at my house, so we're going to use a piece of saran wrap. So, so I got my roll of saran wrap, and I didn't follow Sin and stick it in the in the freezer. Sin always says, if you stick your saran wrap in the freezer, it'll never fold back on itself. I'm going to try that trick one day, especially in Texas heat. So, here we go. Get it started. I'm going to rip some off. I'm going to move my camera down so you can see my work surface. And then we'll go from there. Okay, are y'all ready? Here we go. Hey, Fab. I'm so happy you made it today. Okay, can y'all see my work surface? Hi, Raven. Okay, I'm going to show with some of the other colors, but I want to make some embellishments to go with the cards we're making. And so I'm going to use like the blue and the silver to make those, okay? So let's start with, I want to start with my little beads, making some of those. So I'm going to pop some of those all over the table. Remove some of these, and these, and this. Okay. I'm going to just pour some here in my piece of saran wrap. Okay? Put the lid on the rest of them because you know I'll be pouring those all over my body in a minute. And I'm going to put a couple of dots. I'll start with 4. I'm using the stream out of that set of 3 that I told you. And then I'm going to kind of close my little saran wrap up so that I can go like that and smush that color around. And these are getting nice and coated. And my hand, okay, those colors are on my hand, but my hand is not getting coated from this. This is because I didn't use the saran wrap the first time I colored things. So as you see, I have some coated beadies. And I probably could coat some more because you see those dark places in there. That is where some of the ink is piled up. So if I wanted to put some more in there, I could. But I'm going to let this kind of dry by itself over to the side, okay? So you see me taking it to the side. And it's going to dry over there for a little bit by itself so it can get good and dry when we use that later. Okay, I'm going to use the same technique to do me some yarn. Get me some saran wrap or another baggie if you want another baggie. And I'm going to put my yarn in here. And I'm going to do a lot of yarn because I want a big Watto yarn. Let me come over here real quick and back up my my camera a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to put some dots, and this time I'm going to do just a little bit more. Okay, that's probably more alcohol ink than you will ever use on one project at one time, but it's because I'm using a big wad of yarn. Okay, and again, smush, smush, smush. And this one you want to get a little rougher with because it's not a bunch of little beadies. Okay? And I can look at it right now through the bag and kind of see that it's got some ombre colors kind of going on. And that's kind of cool if you want that. But if you want it to be more even, then keep squishing. I'm squishing pretty hard here. Wow, Fab. That's great. And right now, it looks kind of like this. And it's got some spots that are lighter and darker. So I'm going to put just a little more ink in there because I want it to be a little bit more even toned. And this is really nice for any, think about those fibers that are like eyelash fibers and stuff. If you just bought white, you'd never have to buy another color. Or just buy white grosgrain and white of the organza ribbon, and you just have, you know, all 48 colors like Sigrid has, and there you would have lovely dyed yarns. So what do y'all think? Pretty cool? Well, Or like Aunt Lydia. Aunt Lydia could just buy only white DMC floss. Think of all the money you would save, Aunt Lydia. So, this also, I'm going to set over here by my little fan that I got going so that it will dry by itself. I'm going to use the same plastic because I'm going to do some, I think I'm going to do my little, here they are. I'm going to do these puppies, some brads. I want some brads to look like that. So, I'm going to put that in there, put a couple of drops of blue, and close this over it, kind of squish them around. I have to tell on Lydia. Lydia is my beautiful friend who loves scrapbooking supplies. And she loves buying scrapbooking supplies. And she went on a kick about ribbon and threads and fibers. And she came home one day with these little bitty square cards of like 3 yards of DMC floss on them. And I said, Lydia, what are you doing? And she said, I just love all the colors. And I said, yeah, they have hundreds of them, and they're like 25 cents a piece at Walmart. And she's like, are you kidding me? No. So I told her she was no longer allowed to buy fibers without me because of that. And I don't think you have since, have you, Lydia? Okay, can you see? Now they all look kind of like those aqua anodized brads. Aren't they fun? I love this. This is one of my favorite things to do with the inks because you can color anything. You can have, you know, just tons and tons of embellishments that all match your project. Like staples, the easiest way to do a staple is, and I'm going to change up my pad. See, I'm using just my regular tool. And this stuff on here, you would never tell weird stuff that Leslie Ray does, because Leslie Ray doesn't do anything weird. Anyway, you take this and just put a piece of felt on it, okay? And squeeze some ink into your felt, like that. Thank you, Fab. Leslie Ray is lovely. And the top of my staples are done that quickly. And if you want, you can do the sides. And if you wanted, you could do them like spotty colors or whatever. But, you know, again, who needs to buy all those lovely colored staples when all you need is alcohol inks? Yes, zebra staples would be awesome. Okay. So, and then I want to color my big, large beads. These are large glass pony beads. Isn't that cool? Carly, do you have alcohol inks? Okay. So I have my clear beads. Okay, well, I expect you to use them. Okay, keep this in mind also, Carly. Your big markers or your Copic markers are also alcohol-based. So when you're coloring one of those beautiful, beautiful digis that you do, use your Copics and color you something, another color. It's great. Okay, again, glass beads. Because these are kind of chunky, I poured some in here. And I'm going to squish them around. Yes, this color is with the pink also. It's the butterscotch and the stream and the wild plum. Yes, Bev. Hi, Dawn. What are you doing here, Dawn? I thought you were camping. Okay, here we go. I'm popping these out on my white because they're still not completely dry. But isn't that awesome? I love this. This is so cool. Clear beads, any size. Yeah, this is awesome. If you have clear buttons, you can color those. Or white buttons, color those. Or metal buttons. Mommy keeps telling me do metal buttons. Yes, I just dyed my clear beads with alcohol ink. Yeah, this is my favorite toys on the planet, hands down. So, what all have we colored? We've colored everything but this cute little box over here. So let's color this cute little box. Oh, we got two things to color. We have this cute little box, but I'm going to show you this, and then you're going to ask me why I buy so many colors of bling, and, well, the answer is just because, okay? You can, let's see. I had a piece of bling. Where did my piece of bling go? Is that my piece of bling way over there? Nope. Okay, darn it, I have to get another piece of bling. That's why I have to keep mine bling, guys, because my bling, it keeps blinging away. So, I'm going to get out some clear bling. Because I can't find my other clear bling. But that's okay. I'll stick these bad boys back in here so they can dry. And they're pretty close to dry. I'm just making sure that the insides get dry, okay? And I want them to just kind of sit over here with the yarn that I colored. And the brads that I colored. Okay. Bling. Color. Color. What color am I using? I'm using stream. Yes, stream. Yes, it keeps blinging away. I have a bling helper. She's 5. She loves bling. Okay. So, here we have our bling. There we go. Out of its package. Alright. This is dollar bling that I bought at convention. I love dollar bling. But dollar bling, you don't always get what color you want, right? So, this is clear bling, right? And we're working on, see, we're going to do some of these. Some of these we're going to make blue, I think. And then some of these we'll make silver. What do you think about that? So, let's do like this swirly down here. I'm going to do that swirly blue. Okay. So we have kind of blue bling. Say that 20 times fast. Blue bling to match our stuff. And then let's get out some of our mixatives. We haven't played with those yet on screen. You've just seen some of the stuff. The mixatives come 2 to a package. And listen. Okay, you hear that? You want to shake it to mix it up. Okay? Because if you don't shake it to mix it up, it settles out. Let me see if I can find. Okay, can you see here? This is my pearl one. See how it settles? Can you see that? There. it settles out. So you got to mix it. And see, right now you can't even hear the ball. There goes the ball. Okay? Because the ball was stuck under all the stuff. So you got to mix it so you can hear the ball. Got it? And I've changed my pad to put my silver on because I don't want to reactivate the stream. And I'm going to put a little bit of dottage of silver there. Not very much. And I'm going to come over here and I want to color these up here with my silver. So instead of being clear, these are going to become silver bling. And so they'll look kind of rhinestoney, which will be pretty cool on like, ooh, on our black card that we're going to make with the black front. Oh, this is going to be so cool. Okay. All right, here you go. Can you see? Okay, can you see the difference? These right here are clear, okay? These right here are silver. See how it changes it? Can y'all see that? So I think that's going to be totally awesome. And see, like my big button has some silver on it too. So I'm going to do just a little more. Make sure I have them covered the way I want them. There we go. You can really tell on the top, on the big bling, see how it looks matte as opposed to that one that looks really shiny. Okay, so those are the clister ones, and these are the ones that are painted. So, alrighty. So I love that. And then the last thing I want to color, I'm changing my thingy again. And that's why you want to just buy some cheapo felt, because you're going to go through it a lot. Okay. The last thing I want to color is my little box. Now, I don't need to color my little box for the project. I just want to color my little box because I want to show you how to color a little box, because it's just fun. These little boxes Mom has in her store. They're from Maya Rhodes. And Maya Rhodes products, I think, even still come in a bunch of little tins like this. They're very, very cute. They used to put their product in here, and then they have this, and it's awesome. I keep them for various things. I think I want to cover a bunch of them, put magnets on them, stick them on like a little magnet table, and put little scenes in them. You know, fun stuff. This one, I want to color, let's color it pink because we can. We're doing a bunch of blue stuff, but let's just color this pink because pink rocks. So I'm putting some ink, pink ink. It's the Wild Plum. Yes, yes, Sigrid. Wild Plum is fuchsia. And I'm just going to rub it on here. And it's just like when I was rubbing the ink on my my heat tool. It just stays on there. Now this, if I use it a lot, if I'm going to be opening and closing it a lot, probably would be a good idea to seal it with like some Mod Podge or some, what's that other stuff? Liquitex. If I'm not going to be opening and closing a lot, if I'm just going to be having it be refrigerator art, it should be just fine because I'm not manhandling it. Basically, if you manhandle it a lot, something like these little boxes have a finish on them, and it will eventually start, you know, getting thinner, but it won't completely come off. It just gets thinner in color. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going back over it a little bit, just because I want to. No real good reason, but it's nice and shiny and pink and very pretty. So that was very simple, easy peasy. And to do the top, you just color. And if I if while I'm coloring I get it on the glass part of this, I can go back in with a paper towel and the blending solution and kind of clean that up a little bit, which of course, because I said that, I'm getting it all over the glass. Just, unless you want that rose colored kind of finish. Might be kind of fun with the blue, you know. So, but see, I got a little bit on the glass, and so you can just come back in with the blending solution and clean that up real simply. And see how easy that was? And see, I can already touch this without getting it all over my hands. And so you can have this cute little tin. And if you wanted to color the inside, you could too. Whatever you wanted. The $12.50 on the kit did not include the inks because so many people have inks. But what I'm using tonight is the silver mixative and the gold mixative, Carly. The one with pearl has copper in it. Has this beautiful copper fixative. Mixative, right. Thanks, Dawn. So, okay, so we colored some stuff. Let me show you how cool these are and what they can do. You saw what they did on all of the embellishments. So our embellishments are doing their thing over there. They're getting all groovy. Let's take out a piece of cardstock. And this is the white cardstock. And I'm putting up everything but the stream and the silver mixative. Because those are the two that I want to use for this project. And the reason I'm going with just the two is because if you bought nothing else but this kit, that threesome, you can do this. And that will be fun to have something that you can do this with. So, I just opened this. I should have an extra bottle of string. I'm going to pull out an extra bottle of string just in case. You never know when you need more string. Okay, off with the pink. So I'm going to go back with this. Now, if I'd been just playing with the blue all along, you wouldn't have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, okay? Just go with it. I'm going to do some stream on here. And I'm just going to put, like, a couple of little strips right there. I'm not, like, really loading it up. And one way to apply this is just straight. You just can do it straight on. And color your clear cardstock. Okay? And get a nice coverage like this. That's one thing you can do. Now, if you wanted to, you could leave it at that. You could go in and have your strip of that color. And then, for argument's sake, we'll use another color in our kit. We'll use, oh, I don't know, pink. Because sometimes it's fun to have two different colors. And do something with some stripes, okay? So, I'm going to turn this way. And I'm going to go like that. And stripe it up. And you see where the purple is forming where the blue and the pink mix. Right? Okay. And so by this point, this is dry. It's dry to the touch, and it's shiny because it's on shiny paper. Right? And then I have it here on my stuff, and I'm just going to leave it for right now, but I can clean that up later with my blending solution. Now, if I didn't like this, I thought, well, you know, it's really dark. And really, I don't like the solid. I'd rather, oh, I don't know, mix it up a little. I can go in here with my blending solution and watch what it does when you hit this. I can take this, see how it goes in and makes the white spots. And I've decided I want it kind of a mottled effect instead of so straight. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start moving stuff around. Now it can start getting muddy and you start looking at it and going, well, mine just doesn't look that. Okay. And see, here's where we striped it. And here's where we didn't stripe it. Well, the neat thing about these is you can drop in colors directly on there. Okay. And then pick those colors up and kind of soften those dots a little. So you start having darker colors. Or maybe you're just done with this whole thing and you want to go ahead and add in some silver because you're like, you know, that's getting really strange. And I think I want to put some silver in there. Just, I've already gone far enough. Why not? And the neat thing about the alcohol inks is the alcohol in them makes them move. So when you're sticking stuff together, like I am, things just kind of get moving. And so here's the spot that we were playing with that was just solid when we started. And then here's the solution where first I striped it and then I went back over it with some blending solution mixed on there. And you can kind of still see the stripes in the background, but that silver just kind of hangs out on top. So I really like the way this looks. I'm really enjoying this side over here with the solid and then that. So I'm going to let that dry for a little bit because I'm going to cut some pieces out of that to go on our card. And this can be just a perfect background paper for a card. Or for little tags or whatever you're working on. But with the white, that treatment looks like that. Now, instead of starting solid, get another piece of white out here. I'm going to change this out because I want to start over. Okay, instead of starting solid, if I had instead come at this with a little bit of stream, okay, and a little bit of red, or wild plum, fuchsia. Wait, what is done from the blending solution? I'm sorry, I'm coming back. Carly? First I did the color, the spots, these spots of silver, like that right there. The yellow. The spots of silver are from the silver mixative. We're going to do it again. We're just doing it a little different this time. Okay. I've got some fuchsia and some stream on here. Okay. Not fuchsia. Wild plum and stream. I'm going to go. There's some people that have you do this, and you can make little shapes and stuff. You can do whatever you want to do. Okay, now see how dark this is? And this is with just 2 colors. If I wanted to, we could add a 3rd color into the mix, since there's 3 colors in the bunch, right? And decide we want to come back in here with a little bit of yellow. Okay. It's really kind of dark. It's a lot of fun. Be neat for a kid's party background. Be neat for painting, you know, painting with mommy background. And it's kind of fun the way it is. Would be cool with some little accents and stuff. But maybe we've decided it's a little bit dark. So, going to come in with some blending solution. And the blending solution, I'm going to do it over here. Same colors, okay? Apparently I've lost some stream, so I'm going to add a little bit of stream back in there. So I've got a lot of pink and yellow going on. And the blending solution takes it from this over here to a much more pastel look. So that's just straight on, straight out of the tube, going on there to a more muddy, muted look. Thank you, Mama. Muted is a good word. Very watercolory looking. And I like the way it blends on there because you got some greens and some purples coming out. It's very fun. Now, because we're crazy like this, we're going to add some silver into the mix just to see what it does, okay? And so silver, I'm going to step some over here. And I'm going to step some over here. And see the silver and the darker colors. Real nice and shiny. The silver and the lighter colors is kind of like it was on the other piece, right? See, isn't that fun? I mean, it's just the difference between no blending solution over here, adding the blending solution with the same 3 colors over here. Completely different looks. I'm going to save this also because this is going to be some of the elements for our next piece. Oh, kitty, I'm sorry. Now, those of you who came in early saw where I was playing with this. Isn't this gorgeous? Okay. This started out as this. Ooh, ah, everybody. Ooh, ah. Now, this is black, right? And so you're thinking, okay, it's black. The only thing you're going to see are those mixatives. Thank you for playing. We're going to put some blue on here. Yes, this is the black we didn't want, Mama. And we're going to put some plum on here. And I liked working with the silver mixative already on there. Okay? So I've got some silver, I got some plum, I got a little stream. Here we go. Ha ha ha. Whoa. And what's fun is because the silver is already on there, it starts mixing in on the black right away. And you can get the pink back over the top, and this, and I want a little more stream. I'm going for some projects with some stream on them, so I'm going to put a little more stream in there. And because I'm going for some more stream, I'm going to come back over here to some of these and kind of get after it. Ha ha ha. Yeah, the black paper rocks. You would never have thought you would have seen the pink on there and all that color in there. Oh, look at that. Isn't that awesome? It's so pretty. I love it, love it, love it. And whoa. Okay, remember the stuff that's already on my fingers was there before. This is completely touchable right now. I want to let this dry just a smidge more because I want to show you something else. But we're gonna totally emboss on this and make some beauty things on there. Yes, and that's totally the same thing, Fab, as using the metallic pencils on black paper is gorgeous. And so this is the same thing as that. And then, you know, using it with the metallic fixatives just gives it an added dimension. So I'm very excited. Are y'all very excited? I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Will's very excited. Somebody slapped the kid. It's so exciting. Okay. Now, I want just a piece of paper. And the reason I want just a piece of paper is because I want, wait a minute, somebody's saying straight ink, or did you add blending solution? Straight ink, Raven. I did not add any blending solution to that. And yes, that's the glossy black paper. Yes, Fab, this is exciting as a Tupperware party. Okay. This is the skinnier piece of plastic. Let's see. It's this plastic. Listen. You hear that lovely sound it makes? Okay. I want to make a card out of this plastic. This plastic is going to be easier to make a card with than the thick plastic. But I want to use the thick plastic too because, well, it's thick plastic. I have it and it's uber cool. So, see if I can pull this off. Okay, here we go. I'm pulling off the blue on both sides. Actually, I'm chewing off the blue on both sides. Just a second. Fab is over in London, and he got up to watch my show. He is such a sweet friend, and I really appreciate that, Fab. More than Fab knows. Okay, while I'm pulling this off, let's take a minute for station identification. All of these products have been brought to you by the lovely Paula at cutandpastememories.com. And you can find them all there. Well, you can buy the kits of 3 inks. You can buy the blending solution. You can buy the blending tool. You can buy all the surfaces that we did. Now listen to this paper. This one's a little bit different. See that one? And this one. Okay? Different. This one's thicker than this one. This one is awesome for a tag, the thicker one. And so let's make a fun little tag while we're here. This one is going to be a card. And what I did is I folded it in half and I used my bone folder to squish it down. Okay? So I just took it, folded it in half, like yay. I kind of pressed first, and then I grabbed my bone folder, which is supposed to be right here. There it is. And pressed it further. Okay? This paper is really good for that application. This is really hard to fold that way. You really could if you wanted to do it. You really, really could. But it's really hard. So we're not going to do it with this. This we're just going to do a nice little tag. This we're going to make into a card. Okay? So to start with, on the tag, we're going to put on a piece of felt. And we're going to put on some stream. We're going to put on a piece of felt so that it sticks. Come on. All right. Put on some stream. And then I think I want to put a little, I'm going to make my tag a little light. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of blending solution with this. And just kind of get some blue on there. Mix it around. And the reason I'm working on white paper for you guys is so you can see it. Because if you didn't see it, you wouldn't see it on my mat. And I wanted you to see how it does this. So isn't that cool? Look, here we go. And it's so transparent. Here's me underneath it. Oh, transparent. Okay. I want to add a little bit of silver in there. And maybe just a little more stream back in, because I decided it was a little bit on the light side. And so I'm going to just go at it like here. Because I decided I wanted a little bit more oomph in there, okay? So I like that. Okay, I'll let this dry for just a second. And see, on this side, this is the side that is the, let's see, where is it? Here we go, let's go under here. This is the side on top here, is not where I've been working. This is the side I've been working on, okay? Now, this is going to be fun. Are y'all ready for some fun? I'm ready for some fun. Let's do something fun. I'm getting out some stamps. And with my stamp, I want to make sure I also have handy some paper towel. Okay? And right now I'm reaching and putting some lids on some of my stuff because it is alcohol inks. Yes, I meant to tell you guys that. I went looking after I told y'all that I thought that they weren't doing any more big craft pads. And they have white craft, cream craft, and black craft only in the big craft pad. So I am sorry that I misled anybody. They do have them, and so they're available. And so if you're a SU consultant online, I don't know that any of my friends here online are. They still have those, but if not, then let me know, I have some friends in Texas that are. I am using my Ranger Archival ink. Before you ask me, no, I don't know if this works with anything else. And I'm going to ink up some Stampin' Up! Snowflakes. I live in Texas. It's really hot in Texas, and I have probably 300 snowflake stamps. So it's an illness, really. One year I went a whole year without buying snowflake stamps. It almost killed me. Okay, I'm taking that off, and I'm rubbing it. And why is she rubbing it, you ask? Because, can you see the snowflake? Barely. Hang on. Let's do something. Let's add a little more color in there because you can't hardly see that. Let's go back in with a little bit of stream. Or not stream. What is this? This is Wall Plum. We're gonna make it kind of purpley. Because by gum, we need to see this better. So here, let's do this again. So the neat thing about these is they're ever changing. You didn't like what you just did, you can go back over it, make it a little dark. Okay. Alright, right now it's pretty dark under there, right? Pretty dark. Okay. Let's try that again. I'm cleaning off just a little bit. Because what I wanted to show you was not near as cool. It was there, you could see it, but it was really, really subtle, okay? So I want you to really, really see it. Because it's really, really cool. Alright. Alright, there we go. Let's do this again. Got my paper towel. I'm ready to rub. You ready? This is Mommy's favorite ink pad, and Fab says it's because she's spiritual. That's hilarious. Okay, here we go. You ready? I'll take it off. I'm going to rub, rub, rub. See, it's starting to come through. I think because we have so many layers, it's going to be a turkey butt. But hang on. Let's try this again. You see them coming through? I have too many layers, I think. I want a do-over on that one. Everybody, we get crafting do-overs from time to time. I want a do-over. I'm going to try it without the mixatives. I think the mixatives are messing it up. I think the mixatives, guys, are kind of causing a resist there. Well, it's really a great technique when it works right, Fab. So hang on just a minute. It's not working right. Okay, because I've got to, you know, once again, take this blue stuff off of here. These ship with the blue on them so that they don't get all scratched. It's like the protective layer on your electronics and stuff. And, okay. Let's do this without mixative in it. Alright? Agreed? Agreed. Okay, let's try again. I'm going to change my pad so that I don't have the mixative in there. Okay. I'm going to go with the blue. A little bit of red. So we have some purple. And a little more blue because we've got a lot of pink. Okay. I like that. Got some purpley pinky stuff going on here. Okay. That's kind of fun. Let this dry for just a second. Night, Sandra. Ha! You're funny girl, mama. Okay. Now let's stamp. You ready? Are we ready for some magic? Yes, we're ready for some magic. Show us the magic. Alright. Here we go. And wipe, wipe, wipe. Ah, yes. Much, much better. Are y'all ready? The mixatives was messing it up. Okay. Alright. Let's do that again. Let's trade out some stamps here. And we're doing it on the side, obviously, that we put the ink on. Because, well, you know, it wouldn't do this on the other side. And I'm just rubbing them off. I'm stamping. And I'm rubbing. Okay? It's just super cool the way that works. The mixative was keeping it from reacting properly. So let me get another piece of white paper. See if I got white paper that doesn't have ink on it. There we go. Okay, this is the side that I was stamping on. When you turn it over to this side is when you see how beautiful that is. Isn't that the coolest ever? So, here's our tag. I love how it looks. Now, I'm going to put that to the side because I think in a minute we'll come back and put some little bling on there and some other stuff. Now, the last thing, let's go ahead and ink up our card. I want to ink up on the top side. No, I want to ink up on the bottom side and do a similar technique for a little card, okay, that we just did. So, see if we got any ink left in this. We do. And I'm just coming up to the edge of the card, okay? No, you could not use StazOn on that. It's the archival ink is the only one that reacts that way. Because StazOn is a solvent ink, and archival ink is I don't think it's a solvent ink, but I'm not really sure what it is. It's not like StazOn, because StazOn has different properties than this does. So, Mommy, do you know what it is? I'm going to make a quick little mask here. I'm just putting this down right here because I want to stamp where it overlaps. I'll stamp that right there. And I want to stamp this one. No, not that one. I want to stamp this one a couple more times on there. Okay, so this is my front of my card right here. All right. Night, Fab. And then we can go ahead and just finish this card because we are right here. Now, this is where I would use my my StazOn to stamp something. In case you're not aware of the trick with StazOn, you need this little plastic lid with all your StazOns. Use a glue dot in the top of your lid and then put it back down with the plastic lid on there, and then this plastic lid will always stay in here because usually this plastic lid comes out and you want that in there, guys. I have words. Here are my words. I want to stamp "May laughter and love fill your season." And so I'm going to stamp this, well, not with that, with the StazOn. Okay. And so I'm using my black StazOn. And I'm going to stamp and hold and not push and smush and move so that I get "May love and laughter fill your season." And so that makes just a simple little card that you can use. Let's move the pad out of the way so you can see. Any time of the year. And if you wanted to, you could take a piece of your yarn that you colored, and I think I will. I'm going to use a piece of my yarn here, and I'm going to use a piece of my yarn on my tag. Use a piece of this yarn. There we go. See, when you're making clear cards, you want to play with the opacity of the card. I mean, that's what makes it really, really fun. And so something like this, and then maybe stick our bead, one of our beads on here. Or maybe stick one of these beads on here, on this side. Okay, guys, I'm not holding my mouth right. Where's my stabby tool? My stabby tool will help me with this. Thank you, Sam. Oh, did you see that? It went through and then it came back out. That's not right.
And that's right.
Thank you, Sam. Okay, here we go.
Crazy.
I'm a crazy lady. You're right. Okay.
So we always.
Shh. Bye, Sam. Okay. I just tied a little bow. We could tie a knot. I think the little bow looks kind of dorky. Let's tie a knot. Okay, and I have just a little bead that I colored to match it right there for a little extra bling. Simple little card. Okay. Alright, so there's one. Now, let's make one more embellishment and then we can finish everything. Are y'all ready? Nope, because we just fell. Are we ready?
Yes.
Bye, Sam.
I can't go.
You can go, Sam. Alright. We need to do something with these guys. Because we haven't played with these guys. Alright. Now. You get a bunch of these in the little kit if you buy the little kit. And if you've never played with these, this alone is worth getting the little kit. Okay? This is lots of fun. These are called fragments. And they can be, you can do all kinds of cool things with fragments. One of the things you can do with them is like add them to a paper that is already made, okay? Like to a piece of paper. What am I looking for? A piece of pattern paper. You could, and what we may do is take one of these and make a charm with this so that you see through here, okay? And in fact, let's go ahead and do that right now because that will be really super easy and would look cool on one of our, like on our tag, something opaque. The easiest way to attach these is to use a lacquer, either crystal lacquer or the Sakura product, 3D crystal lacquer, diamond glaze would work, any of those. Glossy accents would work. Okay, and you put your stuff on there. Yes, make jewelry out of these. That is so true. And I think I like this spot right here. And so I push it down. And see how it still has a little wiggle? In a minute, it's not going to have a little wiggle. So I want a piece there. And I think I want a couple of pieces of this, is what I have decided. I want a big one and a little one and a medium one. And I want to keep it in this dark colors. So I'm going to take a piece right here. And a little will do you. You don't have to do a whole lot. Because this is water-based, see, I used too much on that one. That's why this one's still wiggling. See this one? No wiggle. Because this is water-based, your alcohol inks are not going to move. If you do use something that wasn't alcohol or water-based, they would be all over the place. And I think I want this piece right here that has a little bit of white in it. Okay, this one's finally stopped moving. And this one's going to move a little bit. So I've got these started. I'm going to let them dry for a minute. I've got one there. One there. So see, when we cut that out, that's going to be super cool. One there. And one there. I really like that one. That one's my favorite. Okay. So I do have the coolest stuff on. You know why I have the coolest stuff on? Because my mommy has the coolest stuff in her store. Okay, so now we have some more of these that we want to play with. I want to play with some of the rectangles and some of the squares. So I think I want to do those. Yeah, I want to do those. Okay. See, you get a generous portion of these. Okay, so just like we did on the plastic, we can take our colors. I'm going to leave this bad boy open right here because guess what we're going to do again? Okay, I want to do some with the pink and the blue because that's kind of a lot of what I did, but I may want to do some with the yellow too. So first I'm going to do a couple with pink and blue. I think I'm going to do these 3 with pink and blue, and these I'm going to add the yellow in. And so I'm going to start with a fresh one of these. Lydia, did you get enough of these to stay up with us? And I'm going to put in some stream. And I'm going to put in a little bit of plum. And I'm going to go directly on here. Ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. Here we go. That one's nice and dark. Love that. Now, for contrast, I am going to open my alcohol solution, my blending solution. And I'm going to add a little drop of blending solution. Okay? And I'm going to go there. And I love the way this is still moving. Can you see how they're still moving around? And then I'm going to add just a little more blending solution. And I'm going to go with this one. Need a little more blue in there. So we have kind of, this one has a lot of blue. If I want to come back and add some on top, I can. They will always move around and continue to layer. Isn't that cool? Now, let's do these. And I'm using the same one I started with. And I'm going to add some butterscotch to it. And I'm okay with the fact that it has a little bit of stuff on it already. Oh, wouldn't it be cool to have butterscotch yarn, Sigrid? That would be so cool. Okay, here we go. And those look more tie-dye-y. And because they still had more blending solution on them, they didn't get as dark and choppy looking as that one. Okay? So because they have blending solution already in them, they're going to look more tie-dye-like. Plus they've got yellow in them, and the other ones don't. Okay. Whew. Are y'all ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. Are y'all ready? Let me put some lids on these before I get carried away and put the yellow lid on the blue and the red lid on the orange, and those aren't even the colors I'm using, so boy, wouldn't that be a problem. Okay. Put my lid on this. Okay. Got my little stamps. I'm missing my little wipey. Here we go. Ready? Stamp and wipe. And boy, does that work so much better on these. See if you can see it. I will even bring y'all in a little. How about that? Would y'all like me to bring y'all in a little? In. Here we go. Whoops, this way. Seeing that fun? And then, there we go. Wipe that off too. And see, I'm working on the side that we stamped on with the inks. All right, and taking it off. This is the side that it's not on. Okay. And some of these, like this one, I'm not going to stamp it off. I'm going to leave it just the lovely colors that it is. But this one I want to stamp another snowflake on here. Here. So that one will be real pretty. So Carly, you think you could make these? So see how simple those are? Let me sneak y'all back in even further. Carly, if you don't have the blending solution, make sure you get that too, okay? The kit is just the surfaces, just the paper and the fragments. So, you know, if you need the other stuff, feel free. Let me see. Let me make sure I have. Why were they missed with the paper towels? Because if you don't do the paper towels, you don't get to wipe the ink back off. The ink comes off. Okay? The ink comes off when you wipe it with the paper towel. Because otherwise, you'd have a black snowflake. Where'd it go? Here we go. You'd have a black snowflake like that. So the ink wipes it off. Any other questions? Night, Dawn. Dawn, I'm going to finish up my cards here in this last 15 minutes, and we're going to call it good. Okay? So we got our elements that we want. All right? Let's finish up our tag. This is the front. I want to use some of the bling we made. I want to use some of the silver bling we made. And this needs to be cut because it has these special little thingies that help keep it when it gets made on here. And if you don't cut these, you get those with you and they're ugly. So we're going to cut this, and I want this part of it right here. Ooh, and this one you can even see down here. This one is weird. Look at it. Maybe this is why it was dollar bling. It's got that big weird piece right there. I want to cut that out, guys, because I don't want to see that on my project. So hang on with me while I cut that out. And the reason I'm using my Tim Holtz scissors is because, besides the fact that I can, they do really good at cutting sticky stuff because the sticky stuff doesn't stick to them. And yes, I know I just cut the center bling out, and I will put that back on in just a second. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm trimming off this extra weird plastic that came on my dollar bling that I colored with the silver. Since we couldn't use the silver on the back to make our lovely technique, let's use the silver bling here. And I'm going to do it like it's coming off the side here. And then just do it around. Let me back up so you can see my work surface better. There you go. Okay, so I put some bling on there. Okay, and I'm going to cut a hole here real quick. I'm just going to go ahead and use my hole punch because my other hole maker is itty bitty. And this is the thick stuff, so it takes a big wallop of a punch. And I'm going to use some of my yarn that I made. I'm going to use some of this red yarn that I made earlier. And I want to push it through my hole. Okay. You want my tag, Secret? You're funny. I forgot to stick my my center that I colored on here. Okay. I think we need a little bit of blue bling too. What do y'all think? There we go. Get a piece of blue bling that we colored. That right there. So we have our bling going off of here. Got bling in the way. Now, we could add a couple of beads to this. If we wanted to add a sentiment, we could stamp it straight on there with the black or with white or silver. Right now I just want to leave it kind of blank because I think I might want to put like a little snow picture of my kids right here. So there we go. I think I'm done with that for now. And see, didn't I tell y'all the bling kept blinging out? And let's cut out our little charms here. So here's one of our charms cut out. You had a Scientology commercial, Amanda? That's kind of weird. That they have commercials on Ustream. This is my favorite one cut out. And then here's one more cut out. Now, you could put another piece on the back if you wanted to, or you can leave them blank like this. Since we're going to put them on our card, being blank will be just fine. And I am going to trim out the piece I want from my card out of this. So I want it to be right here by about 5 by about 4. So actually that needs to be about 3.5 or 3 7/4. There we go, like that. Okay, so here is this piece. And oh look, somebody made some card bases for me. How thoughtful. So I'm just going to use some glue here. Don't look at the inside of my card, Mom. I meant to poke my holes before I did this. But I'm poking holes in the corners for my brads. I'll put some dots over them so they will make my mommy happy if she got... I just won't send this card to her. How about that? I just won't send this card to her. I use Beacon's 3-in-1 craft glue. I love Beacon products. They're very, very yummy. So see, that's our pretty little brad that we made. You lost me? It says you have me. Can everybody still see me? Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, we have brads. Okay, we got our brads on. All right. I want to use my very lovely Merry Christmas stamp and some a couple of snowflakes around it. This would be one of your non-traditional Christmas cards. Not everybody can pull off pink, blue, and yellow for Christmas, right? This is a Hero Art stamp. I had a friend who, for some insane reason, was getting rid of all of her wood stamps. And I said, you know what? I'll be right over. And so I did. And I love her stamps that I picked up. I picked up a couple for myself and a couple for some friends. And said, are you sure? And she said, yes, I'm sure. Like, I think you're crazy. But okay. Yay me. So, anyway. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Isn't that fun? It's crooked because I'm crooked. How about that? I like the festiveness of it. Okay, so there's two. A tag and a little card. I'll cover this up for just a minute. Alright. I want to take this and get it ready for my card. And these pieces that I've cut off, these would be fun to keep, like if you're doing serendipity squares or other fun things like that. So if you're a saver person, definitely save those. Let's see. I want to be really kind of like that side better. I want this side, and I want this. Okay, this is my thing I'm gonna do. And now this, because I love the dark that's going on, I want to add some embossing to it to bring it out. And I'm going to use a product that currently is not in the store, but Mommy will definitely want to buy this for us. And in fact, I even asked her how much it would be. The jar I have is little compared to what you would be getting. You'd be getting a big walk-in 2-ounce jar. And this is called Aegean Silver. It's like the Aegean Sea. And it's holographic. And it's so pretty. So, are you ready? Are y'all ready to see this? Because you're going to want this. And it's not even in the store yet, but you're going to want this. And this requires me to have some Versamark. If I were the Versamark, I'd be on the floor over here because, you know, that's what happens when we get crazy crafting. Alright, I'm going to stamp a couple of places. And I'm just using a clear swirly stamp that I acquired somewhere. I don't know about y'all, but I have a gajillion swirly stamps. This is just one of my favorites. I don't even have the package it came in anymore. I'm sorry. I would definitely share that with you if I knew what it was. It's just something we found somewhere one day really cheap. And it's just a totally awesome little stamp. I think I need a little more right there. And right there. But I like this so much, I'm going to wear it in my house because it's cool. And y'all wonder why I sparkle a lot. It's because of products like this that I sparkle. Put the lid on this before I make a bigger mess. Alright. Are y'all ready? Let's bake some paper here. See, I went looking for my silver ink. And my silver ink, apparently I have used completely up. Like completely up. And because I was trying to stay with the silvers, I really didn't want to use the coppers and the bronzes that I have. And so I found this, and Mommy carries Judykins in the store. See how it catches the light, guys? And I said, "Hey, Mom, can we get this? Let's see if it'll focus for us." And she said, "Why, yes, I can." And let's see if I can get it to focus on something here for you so you can see all the blingy in it. Isn't that beautiful? How it catches the light. Aegean silver. Holographic embossing powder. So isn't that fun? And oh look, somebody prepped us another card base. Wow, that somebody is awesome. I love her. She gets to keep her job. So everybody, the email that you want to send, I want Aegean embossing powder to, is cut and paste at tx.rr.com. Love you, Mommy. Okay, I'm looking for my things. I don't want to put those on there. What I do want to do instead is to thought I had a lighter piece. Let's see, where's this piece? Nope. I cut my lighter piece up. Here, let me make a real quick lighter piece. Sorry, guys. I cut my lighter piece up a while ago, and I needed a piece of lighter. To make this lighter piece, I'm going to use the blue and the plum, and I'm going to use some of that blending solution, and not enough lightness. I'm going to add a little more blending solution to it. And I added that directly on the paper. Did y'all see where we put our card? Oh, here it is. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Ooh, look at that strip, guys. That's a keeper strip. Okay. And I'm going to cut this to about 3 by about, make that about 2 3/4 or 2.5 by about 3. So I want it just big enough to go right there. There we go. And I need these two on white. So I'm going to get a piece of white cardstock, glue them lickety split down so that they And the reason why I want them on the white cardstock is so you can see the snowflakes. Because right now, you still can't see the snowflakes. Okay, let those go for a second. And I'm going to stamp right here on the side. The stamp is Winter Snow Hat Flurry Mittens. This is a $1.99 stamp at Hobby Lobby. I think I found it like on the for really sale rack the other day. And these are ready to cut out. Probably could have waited just a smidge longer, but I want to cut them out now because I can. Okay, and I need my pop dots, which are right here. And I'm gonna pop these right here on here. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you, Sigrid. Okay, this is gonna go here. All nice and blingy. I love it. Looks so pretty. Okay, and because this is on paper, and this is just paper, I can stick this down here. And my little one on top of it, because I wanted the little one, because it was cute. For added embellishment. Look how blingy. How fun. You see you've got the little dimension there. These would be perfect in like scrapbook pages on little elements. Very fun. Okay, one last piece. And to do this, let's see if I can not stick everything. You thought I forgot about these. I know you did. These lovely little... They disappeared. Psych. No, they're over here. Okay, here they are. Our lovely little blue beaties. Remember those? Okay. So, let's hold those right there. I need my piece here. Let me cut it to the right size. Let's use... Actually, I'm going to use this one a little bit smaller. Now I'm going to use it that big. And then, I thought, okay. So, alright. We're going to make this. It's going to be so cute. Y'all are going to go, oh, that's so cute. We just are, because it is so cute. Alright, here we go. This is red tape, red line tape. This is the one that's about 1/8 of an inch. No, 1/4 of an inch. Sorry, not 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. And the reason it's called red line tape is because it's got a cover on it that is red. And one of my favorite things to do with the red line tape is to put it on something like this. And this is really super sticky. And see, I've already stuck it to the plastic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try not to keep sticking it in the plastic. I'm going to stick it in my beads so that my beads stick to this tape. Now, if this was on white, you would totally see that these beads are on there. So we may have to just do some on white just because we're that way. Red line tape comes in all kinds of cool sizes. This size is fun because you see we got their little beads stuck on there. And it just makes a neat little effect. Let's get a piece of cardstock. I'm going to use the back of this white just for effect so you can see what I'm talking about. And get our red tape again. The disappearing red tape. Here's the red tape under the scissors. Y'all are supposed to be yelling, under the scissors! It's under the scissors! Okay, here we go. I'm going to put some there. I'm not going to go all the way across because, you know, you get the idea. But here we go. Now, there we go here. Pop these up. Thanks, Carly.
Daddy, let me grab you.
Okay. Now, normally would I try to do this in some plastic? No. Normally I would get out my little thing and stick it on there. But see how fun these little beads are that you colored yourself. Colored them yourself. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, there we go. So we have this. And that lovely lady who is so kind and makes card bases for us already has that done. And now I'm going to think ahead. Mommy will be so impressed that I thought ahead to punch my holes. Oops, of course I punched the hole in the wrong spot on that one, but y'all don't look at that hole. And there. And I've got some pink ones that I made ahead of time because I like pink. And y'all didn't need to see me color all my brads. So what have we learned today, folks? We have learned that we really only need silver brads. We really only need white fiber. We really only need lots and lots of alcohol ink and blending solution. Yes, clear tape is very good for adhering. See, Mommy, you're impressed, aren't I, that I remembered to poke holes this time before I stuck it down. I feel like a shift has occurred. And we only need tap. Yes, we only need tap. Transfer artist paper. And as long as we have those things in our life, life is good. Life is very good. Yeah, I have flat brads too. Okay. And I have another saying here I want to use, which is Happy Holidays. get out my happy holidays. Okay, this week I've done a lot of Christmas stuff. I've done a gajillion Christmas cards. Everybody's having Christmas in July. I'm already, it's kind of dark. The person who gets this will have to, you know, be close to it. And with all of these Christmas things, I decided I needed a challenge for myself that I want to share with you. Sorry that's dark, guys, but you can still kind of see it. My challenge is we're having a holiday crafty challenge for gifts. And what we're going to be doing is making a bunch of gifts. Hand-making gifts for all your friends and family. I'm going to come up here. Hi, friends and family. I did this last year. I decided with my kids I really wanted to give them something handmade. And so I did. All of their gifts from me were handmade. And they really enjoyed it. They enjoyed the time that I took to do them. And they enjoyed the effort that I put in them. And there's still things that they enjoy and play with. Or wear or whatever. And so I thought this year I'm really going to do it again. And so we're having a challenge. It'll be on my blog. And I am going to start it on the 25th of July. And each challenge, what we're going to do is I'm going to have a link up. And what you do is just put your name in there and it'll link to your blog or to a photo if you don't have a blog of a project that you have done, handmade for someone. And then we'll do it each month up through November. And so the first one will be issued out on July 25th. And you can link up, and it'll help get blog traffic to our friends. It'll help encourage us to do projects for everybody, and everybody have, you know, wonderful handmade items to give to people. So that will start on the 25th on my blog, which is leslierahye.blogspot.com. And then, what about my hand? And then after that, we'll get to go and see what everybody's been making. So it'll be very, very cool. And then the next show is going to be in September for Leslie Ray's Crafty Gig. Yes, you will be Pinteresting them all, iCarly, because they're going to all be super duper cool. The next Crafty Gig is going to be August 12th. And August 12th is the second of Friday of the month. So August 12th is the next Crafty Gig. And in the interest of making handmade gifts, what we're going to be making is a gift card holder. And we're going to use the idea that we did using this. This is not the gift card holder we're going to make. This is the idea behind it, which is to upcycle toilet paper tubes. These are toilet paper tubes. And see, initially this had gift tags in them, but we're going to put gift cards in them. See? So we're going to make a gift card holder. And your kit, okay, Mommy, I forgot how much the kit will be. The kit will have 3 of these. This one has 4, so forget this 4th one. 3 of these already put together. And you can use your own papers. It's not going to have paper in it. What it is going to have in it, though, is some of the new Tim Holtz goodies that are in the store. It's going to have some of the mini paper clips. It's going to have some of the pens that you can slide stuff in. I forget all the names. Seriously, that's it. It's going to be $6.50, It's going to have some buttons and some ribbon or fiber in it. And it's going to have some of the little Tim Holtz charm things in it. Lots of goody, yummy things, lots of fun stuff, and it's only going to be $6.50. And so, oh, and the tickets, yes, it's going to have like 6 or 8 tickets in it. So that's going to be really, really cool. It's a great kit, and we're going to make one of them on the show next time. The other thing I want to tell you about is that we have 5 Fridays this month. And I usually do 2 and 4. And then a good friend of mine, Fab, who came tonight, usually does First Friday. And when I started doing this, Fab and I talked about it, and we had decided we wanted to, when the month has an Odd Friday, have the Odd Friday show. Well, this month Fab cannot do the Odd Friday show, but Amanda has taken his place. So the role of Fab will be played by Amanda this Friday, the 26th. No, sorry. Wrong month. Isn't that funny? The role of Fab will be played by Amanda this Friday the 29th. And so on Friday the 29th, Amanda and I will... your mustache ready. Are you going to wax the top of your head too? Amanda and I will be having the Odd Show on Friday. And we're trying to work out how that is going to work, because we'd like to do it on Ustream. And we're going to share the show. I'm not driving to Savannah. She's not driving to Stephenville. So we're going to share the show, and we're going to work that out between now and Friday. That's not for you to worry about. We're going to work it out. But if you're fans of AJ's Arts and Designs, or if you're fans of Leslie Ray's fan page, or you're fans of Paper Mood, which is Fab's fan page, you will get an invite to the event. So, do you need those fan pages again? AJ's Arts and Designs,
What?
Leslie Ray's fan page, and Paper Mood. Okay? And you will get an invite to the event so that you can be here. And it will be 8 Central Time, 9 Eastern Time. Do I need to add anything to that, Amanda? Okay. So if there are no further questions, I'm going to go ahead and stop the record. Yes, it's BYOB. The fan page is on Facebook, Bev. And I think we're all going to have an announcement on our blogs, too. I thank you very much for coming. I hope you enjoyed making our cards and our tags. I had a lot of fun showing you all these fun techniques with alcohol inks. Those of you who have them and have not been using them, you now know what to do. So go do it. I trust you. You can do it, because it's a lot of fun. I had fun. I hope you did too. Thank you for coming to Leslie Ray's Crafty Gig, and I will see you next time.